next guest says that this could well be the beginning of the end for the Eurozone. Robin Marshall from Smith Williamson joins me now. Robin, thank you very much indeed for joining us today.
Pleasure.
The beginning of the end for the Eurozone, is it really that serious?
Well, I think we're now this is in a sense the last chance saloon, without Germany stepping up to the plate with a commitment to a full, or pretty much a full fiscal political union. I don't think these short-term measures that we're seeing, like the ECB stepping in and buying Italian and Spanish bonds in the last month, there is talk of this EFSF, although again there's no commitment for that to be larger. These are not measures to me that create a sustainable Eurozone in its current form.
We do, though, seem to have a track record here of getting to the 11th hour and almost past it, and then of Germany stepping in and doing not much, but enough to keep the Euro ball rolling, if you like. Many commentators would say that that's what will continue to happen, just enough to keep the Eurozone alive. Well,
we've been doing, as you say, we've been at this now for about on for 15, 18 months. But I think market patience is wearing thinner and thinner. And it was interesting, as you say, we had the sell-off in August, we had a little relief rally when the ECB stepped in. But again, that's turning around quite quickly.
And again, this isn't the first time we've seen that. You know, there's a temporary a measure is announced, everybody's relieved, and then a week later, it's back to square one almost.
And as you say, you have, in a way, there are two huge underlying issues which really haven't been addressed. One is the scale of the debt. And particularly in this new normal of much weaker growth, dealing with those debt burdens. And secondly, you have an underlying competitiveness issue in Southern Europe, which has got worse and worse over the last 10 years. Now, you could carry that during a period of reasonable growth, or in a boom time, when we had all the financial system creating a lot of credit, all this convergence in yields. Once you enter this new environment of recession or near recession, I think that's becoming unsustainable. So I can't see, as things stand, these weaker countries in Southern Europe surviving very much longer in the system.
You did mention, of course, that if Germany were prepared to step up and say, you know, fiscal consolidation, how likely do you think that is to happen?
Well, I think now, I mean, this is probably very much 50-50. I mean, Merkel, as you say, Chancellor Merkel has to get through these elections in 2013. There isn't, it appears amongst the electorate, commitment to the kind of scale of subsidy required, the fiscal transfer required to keep this system going. Because, you know, we're talking a trillion and a half. I mean, there is a deeper issue about whether they can actually afford to do it anyway. But assuming they can afford it, is the political will there? And I have doubts now about whether they will do this indefinitely.
So if they don't do this indefinitely, what will happen? I mean, we really are kind of looking into the abyss now.
Absolutely. Well, I think the problem is getting from A to B. I mean, this transitional phase, because this is not like the old ERM breaking up when countries just devalued. We have all these assets and liabilities now that are redenominated into euros that impact on the financial systems, the capital flight, a lot of money flooding out of banks, banks collapsing, financial systems collapsing. So that's the worry. I mean, if the markets impose a solution like that, it could be highly disorderly. I think if we got to that stage, they'd probably put capital controls in place, or got near it, we might get to that. But, you know, this is no longer a tail risk. To me, this is now very much becoming a sort of 50-50 type outcome.
Right, we don't have much time left, but could you just tell me how long did you think, what is the time frame for this?
Well, this could happen before 2013, the way this is going, certainly in the next 12 months.
Robin, thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure.